Greta! How's everyone going? So nice to be doing this again. I feel like I haven't vlogged in so long. And I woke up this morning to a new batch of videos from all my faves, and I was like, man, I really do enjoy vlogging. Like, I need to do it. So I was just like, cool. I'm gonna do one this weekend. I'm gonna start one today and just see how it goes. I am a bit sick. I've been home sick for the last 3 days. It's not COVID, thank God. It's just regular old flu. What I thought was a head cold has like progressively got worse. Not a flu, sorry, just a cold. I hope it's not the flu. I did have my flu vaccine this year, so maybe it is the flu. Maybe I've got the flu and it's just not that bad. Anyway, I'm feeling much better today. I just sound really terrible. I'm quite blocked up still. Lots of coughing, lots of blowing my nose, lots of sneezing, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, just like perfect timing with work. My boss is officially away from today, like leaving the country for 5 weeks. So I'm in charge. I'm the boss now, which is fine. I have no problem with that. Like, I'm not worried or nervous about it. We're all just gonna do our job like we normally would. It just sucks that I'm sick. Like, I didn't want to, like, I made all these precautions to like be ready for this time of him being away, and I just, everything just went out the window. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We're going to work today, see how we go. I may fall asleep in the afternoon. I'm excited about the book that I've started. I actually started 2 books, which I said I wasn't going to do, but hey, just live a little, right? My hands are so itchy today. I probably don't have time to talk about it right now. No, I've got to go to work. I will check in with you guys later about that stuff. Hi, I have come home early. It's just after 3 o'clock. Well, it's almost 3:30. Yeah, I had a massive headache, so I just decided to come home early because there's no point in trying to push through an hour and a half of not being able to achieve much, probably. Yeah, someone at work's got COVID, so I love that for me. I only say that because I'm having to like manage for other people at the moment, so it's fine. It's fine. It's quite quiet at the moment, so it's like, it's okay. If it was going to happen at any time, it's okay that it's happening now. Just kind of messes with my grand plans, you know, that I had of this next 5 weeks kind of being amazing and really coming into my own. But it's okay. Can't help but that people get sick. I've been sick this week. We must continue on. I wanted to come on and talk about the book that I'm reading because I'm very excited about it. I'm reading Greta and Valdin by Rebecca K. Reilly. Some of you may have heard of this book, some of you may have not. But Rebecca K. Reilly is a New Zealand writer, young New Zealand writer, and this is her debut novel. It's not very far in. Shout out to Sunny's for making the best bookmark. ever. Like I want so many of them. I might have to place an order for some more stuff. It's it's kind of being described as like a family drama set in Auckland, New Zealand, about this Russian Maori Catalonian family, and the story is being narrated by the brother and sister. So Greta is a female character and Valdin is the male character, the brother, and they live together and they're both trying to navigate the different romances that they're involved in. It's a queer story. It's very funny. I mean, I'm only 2 chapters in, but already I was laughing out loud last night as I was reading it. They come from this very kind of large, eccentric family. There's a cast of characters. There's a character list at the beginning. You know a book's going to be good. I know you probably, that didn't even focus, did it? Character list. Amazing. Already giving me Ferrante vibes. Everyone has crazy names, but then they all have nicknames. So, yeah, definitely Ferrante vibes there. And it's set in Auckland, so there's just so many familiar places. They've been describing streets downtown and talking about a bookshop on High Street, and I'm just like, that's my bookshop. So yeah, it's very fun. I already feel like I kind of know who these characters are, or their relationship to one another, and I can't wait to read more of it. But yeah, I feel like it's exactly what I need in this week, and I wish I kind of had started it earlier, but oh well. It's gonna be the healing medicine to my sickness this week, I think. And so yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to vlog it, because I want to talk more about New Zealand writers, especially Māori New Zealand writers. Rebecca's from Ngāti Here, Ngāti Wai, and she lives in Auckland, so, and she is a young writer, so want to support that, want to talk about it, want to share it with y'all. What else? Oh, I got given this purple t-shirt at work today for Big Mountain Mead, which I think that's a ski field in Wahakune. But it's like a brewing company. It's a great colour. It was given to me from one of the artists at work because he knows how much I love purple. So, thank you, Sparrow. But yeah, that's all I've got to update you on so far. I think I'm going to have a shower because I'm kind of cold. Oh, I could have a bath. That could be quite good. I feel like I need a cold pack on my head. Have a shower, put my pajamas on, and read my book. Okay, bye. Hello, it's Friday. I'm just going to put a little bit of makeup on because I'm working in the gallery today and I need to look somewhat healthy. Basically I need to look the opposite to how I feel at the moment. Actually, I feel a lot better today than I did yesterday. Had a killer headache last night, so didn't read as much as I wanted to of Greta and Valdin, but the bits that I did read I really enjoyed. It's it's just like a fun kind of relatable book. Relatable in the sense that it's one set in the city that I live in, so there are a lot of references to place that I am very familiar with. Although I will say it was getting to a point last night where it started to feel as though it was the writers being a bit heavy-handed with that. Like, there's too many places almost being referenced, but I don't know, maybe then I look at it in the sense that I don't read a lot of books set in places that I know as well as this one. So at the same time, I don't care. There are two different kinds of humour to it because it's being told from the perspective of two different characters who I think are quite different. Greta is much more of an artist type. She is studying her master's in Russian and English literature. Please excuse the noise from next door. And so she's very much the artist. She's quite romantic and perhaps quite naive in that as well. And her humour is very anxious, overthinky, naive, and she used a word that I have not heard in years in a passage last night, the word primo. If you live in New Zealand or are from New Zealand and haven't heard that word in a while, and just the emotion that that word evokes and what it means, just felt so good to hear it or to read it on a page and be reminded of it and be like, that's a perfect word. For those that don't know what it means, it's just like another way to say something's awesome. Like, oh my god, that was so primo. So yeah, that was some nostalgia that just like hit me in the face really hard, which I loved. And then we have the character Valdin, who is this. He is very unhappy. We've learnt that he's suffered from some kind of mental breakdown, in the last year or so, because he was working in a job that he hated. He's a trained physicist. I'm not sure what he does right now, but he trained for this job for years, had a really well-paying job, but was very unhappy, and he obviously has gone through this quite impactful breakup with an older man who just so happens to be his uncle's husband's brother. So people in his family are still in touch with his ex, and it's quite hard for him to deal with because it's not as if the memory of him is just completely gone. This ex has also left the country, so yeah, and that's about as far as I got. That's all I can kind of talk about this moment. Okay, I'm gonna go get ready, finish getting ready for work, and then head off to work. Does that look insane, killing my lashes? Hello. It's Friday. I have to work tomorrow anyway, so it doesn't even mean anything. Had a pretty good day today at work. Yeah, it's fine. I am, however, very annoyed because For the last week, the courier company that has had my books delivery order has for some reason not delivered my parcels. One of them being my pre-ordered copy of Lapvona, so I'm very highly annoyed about that. There's just some driver driving around Auckland with my books, and he hasn't been able to deliver them for the last 4 days for I don't know what reason. I just want my books and I want them now. I'm gonna have a cup of tea, maybe a little bicky, and sit down and read my book. Don't really have any plans this weekend, which is kind of nice, other than working tomorrow. Maybe I'll think of something fun to do on Sunday. Cup of tea time, for sure. I feel like this vlog is just going to be me on this couch. Sorry about the loud noise. Jug is very loud. I think we need to get a new jug. Kettle. It's just very loud. We bought a new one at work and it's very quiet, but it has a little bell on it, so when it reaches boil, you can hear this little ding, which I think is cute. So I've decided against going out tonight, only because I'm still so blocked up. And like, it's no enjoying going out if you're having to like blow your nose every 15 minutes. People at their tables don't want to hear me blowing my nose. It was a silly idea to entertain it. I thought it would be good, but sick people should not go out. Instead, I'm gonna think about what kind of takeaway we can have. For now, I'm gonna watch the latest episode of Drag Race All Stars. Anyone watching All Stars? I'm really loving it. I'm loving the format of it, how no one's going home, because you really get to spend much more time with the queens and get to know them. And it's gonna be like, at this point I'm like, I don't care who wins. Like, I love them all. None of them are average. Like, they're all top tier. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that. I almost fell asleep in the bath, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I just said not gonna lie. That's definitely something that I picked up from Love Island. Honestly, you could play a drinking game with that phrase and you'd be wasted by the end of one episode. But yeah, I almost did fall asleep in the bath, so I feel very relaxed. I feel good about staying home tonight. Yeah, it's just a bit of a kind of chill one, hanging out with me, the old sickie. Just thought I would jump on here and say I haven't abandoned this reading vlog. I've just been very busy this week and have not really been reading much more than when I last updated you. I've got about 100 pages to go on this book, and yeah, not much has changed enough to report any new thoughts. It is starting to feel a bit kind of one note, and maybe that's also affecting my ability or want to read it at the moment. 'Cause, yeah, kind of like interested to know what happens with these characters, but just been very tight. That's really all I wanted to say. I think I will update you when I finish the book and try to come up with some cohesive thoughts for you. But yeah, just wanted to say hello and not let this be another vlog that ends up on the cutting room floor. It is what it is. This is my life. And my life has been consumed with work this week. So there you have it. Morena! It's very cold today. And I'm sat in this little patch of sun that is slowly disappearing. But I thought I would talk quickly about Greta and Valdin, which is the book that I've been reading for this vlog. This vlog that feels like I've been recording for about 2 weeks, but I'm pretty sure it's only been just over a week. Yeah, I finished it and I want to share some thoughts. This book is about a Maori, Russian, Catalonian family, extended family. So you've got your mum, you've got your dad, you've got your siblings, you've got the dad's brother and his husband, and then you've got the best friend who's had a baby with the dad's brother's husband, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot of characters in this book. It's definitely a cast of characters book. It's also set in Auckland, which is great. It was a very familiar setting to me. I knew what they were talking about when they were talking about certain suburbs. They name a lot of specific places, more so in the first half of the book. The second half, it kind of felt like she'd forgotten that she'd been so specific when it came to naming like restaurants or bars or actual locations. That was kind of weird, but either way, I really enjoyed reading a story set in a familiar setting. The story is told from the perspective of the brother and sister in this family, Greta. She is a Russian English lit student who is queer and finding love, knowing her self-worth, kind of standing up for herself, and also discovering a lot of things about her family. And then the other perspective is told from her brother, Valdin, who is an ex-physicist scientist who has had some kind of mental breakdown at some point. He's quit his job, he's broken up with the love of his life, and yeah, he's really not sure what he wants or what he wants to do. So kind of both very confused people, but this story is about them figuring it out, finding love, getting what they want, all that kind of nice good stuff. It's a very light-hearted, fun read. It does have some faults in my eyes. There were a lot of references or things brought up in the book that in my mind I was keeping for later, and then they just weren't addressed again, which is one of my biggest, I just get really frustrated when I'm reading a book and things feel like they're brought up for nothing, or the impact that the writer thought they might have doesn't quite land or isn't quite meeting the mark. So yeah, the language also was pretty, I would say pretty pedestrian. Wasn't anything mind-blowing. A lot of the dialogue between characters was really quite cringy, and yeah, I just had a lot of unanswered questions about this book. It touches on a lot of familial themes, obviously. we have this family that have a lot of secrets, and not because of anything sinister, but just because sometimes in life people's stories become quite complicated, and to try to explain to someone who hasn't experienced that or doesn't quite know the position that some of these people are in, it's easier to not bring them up or not want to have to rehash the past. I feel like families are this complicated beast. No matter how open or liberal they might seem, people always have histories and pasts and are always trying to learn from the mistakes and do better so that they don't traumatize and fuck up the next generation. I think this book had a lot of potential. I think it's probably, missed a few marks for me, but in the end I still really enjoyed it. I still had a good time reading it, and it was exactly what my sick brain needed. That's my thoughts on the book. Happy to have read it. Glad that it exists. And I think I'm going to wrap this reading vlog up here. I promised to myself that I'm going to get this out. I've always had this idea in my head of like what a reading vlog needs to be, how it needs to be structured, it needs to be boom, boom, boom. And like, none of that matters, does it? Nobody actually cares. So why am I putting all this pressure on myself? Oh, because I'm a perfectionist. I mean, I just said all that, and I do hope that you will enjoy watching this vlog. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. Yeah, I just appreciate all those that do take the time and watch these and respond and engage in chat books with me, because I really enjoy it. Okay, I'm going to go now. Have a good one. Bye!